Hey, instead of punting it, just bring it out to us at the end. Someone get me a football from in there. Yeah. And we'll just do a push to it.
You're watching SportsFource Extra on KTIV.
Welcome back. Well, folks, it's that time of the week again. It's a battle up in the Iowa Great Lakes as the 4th-ranked Spirit Lake Indians played host to the Sioux Center Warriors in this week's SportsFource Extra Game of the Week.
Alrighty, well, while the Indians are ranked 4th in 2A, this is not going to be a cakewalk by any means. Although Sioux Center lost last week, they did hold the number 3 team in 2A, West Lyon, to just 14 points, meaning this matchup is about as unpredictable as ever. Sioux Center led 16-7 at the half. Third quarter, after a muffed punt, Indians with possession deep in Warrior territory. Caden Lunt floats one to the end zone for Ethan Stecker. He comes down. That cuts the lead down to just 2. Sioux Center coming up with a response, though, after a long, meticulous drive. The give is to Connor Kamerman. He plunges in to extend that Warrior lead late in the 4th. Here we go. This one late in the 4th. It's Kamerman again to give Sioux Center the 30-14 lead. Spirit Lake, though, they would make things interesting, but Sioux Center holds on for the win 30-20. Our very own Connor Trett was at this game. He joins us live for more. Connor, how was this one for...
Well, Amber, I don't think we could have picked a better game for Game of the Week this week. That highlight reel didn't really show the whole game. It had just about everything. It had special teams, onside kicks, last-minute touchdowns. It was one of those games where you just hated that one team had to lose, but that's just how sports works. And for Sioux Center, it was huge because they start the season now 1-1 instead of 0-2. And I was able to catch up with Coach Van Regenmoord about getting his thoughts on Sioux Center getting into the win column.
Oh, it's huge. I mean, anytime you play a number 1 ranked team like that, last week West Lyon was really good. You know what you got. I mean, we know what we have to work on, and it's week 2, and now it's a matter of building and getting better and doing things better each and every day of practice. And we did that this week. Our kids really came back to work and did a great job.
Sioux Center will go next week, and they will host Unity Christian and Spirit Lake. They are going to host 4A Spencer. For now, it's going to wrap things up for me here in Spirit Lake. Jason, Amber, back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Connor. Over to South Dakota we go. Elk Point Jefferson battle in Sioux Valley. EPJ on a marathon 6-minute opening drive. Gunnar Ewing, big gain here on the counter. Ankle tackled, otherwise, you know what, he might have gone all the way. Drive would stall at the 5, though. Carson Timmons, however, boots that one on through in the short field. Elk Point Jefferson leads 3-0 after 1. Second quarter we go. Sioux Valley goes on a methodical march of their own, capped with a 2-yard Brock Christopherson touchdown run. It's 7-3, and the Cossack defense makes it stand. EPJ with a 4th and 1, but the Sioux Valley defense shuts them down. 20-11's the final. Sioux Valley goes on top of Elk Point Jefferson.
Well, we're going to wrap up in South Dakota at the Dakota Dome. Vermilion hosting Lennox. We're going to pick up first quarter. Hayden Christopherson fires the laser to Zone Robinson. Takes it up the left side. Just barely comes short of the end zone. But don't worry, very next play, here's Christopherson on the QB sneak. And the sophomore punches it in to tie this one up at 6. Very end of the first now. Vermilion trying to make a drive. The pass is picked off by Tate Gertis. He got nothing but turf in front of him, taking it all the way to the house for the pick 6 to put the Orioles up 12-6. But Vermilion would strike back on the kickoff right after the Lennox touchdown. Robinson loses the defender on the inside, cuts and takes this one upfield for the 44-yard return. No one to hold him back. However, the Tanagers end up falling just short in this one. 18-12 is the final.
Now we'll head over to the defending C2 champs Norfolk Catholic hosting the Ord Chanticleers. Starting out with a massive special teams play here. By the way, Chanticleer's great nickname. Max Hammond drills the short field goal. That puts the Knights up by 3 scores in the 4th. Knights back on offense, driving. They need a crucial play here, though, to keep the chains moving and keep draining the clock. Carter Jansen finds Hammond on the slant. That keeps both those things moving. Ord with the ball here. They need a prayer. Here's the desperation heave. But the nice defense is all over the place, and Hayden Kelly comes down with the ball. Now all that's left, just got to get into the best formation in all of football, the victory formation. Norfolk Catholic takes the win 31-14. SportsFource's Irvin Doman was at the game. Irvin's joining us live from Norfolk. Got a recap for us, Irvin?
I do. It was a very exciting game, and, well, this Norfolk Catholic team is not playing perfect football, but they are perfect through 2 weeks. And looking at their schedule, you would have never thought that. They had an Oakland Craig team last week when they opened the season who was ranked consistently in top 5 polls throughout the state. And then you would think it'd get easier this week, but that just wasn't the case, as they had an Orange Chanticleer team come into their house who was also ranked highly this offseason. And they were semifinalists last year, and they also lost to Norfolk Catholic on Norfolk Catholic's eventual run to their 11th state championship. So tonight, even though it wasn't perfect, it was still a 3-possession win for these Norfolk Catholic Knights. And for head coach Jeff Beller, well, he is pleased that he is 2-0 against the best Class C2 has to offer.
We had played last year, and we knew they had a lot of people back, and we knew we were all highly rated. I think they started the year 1, and us in Oakland were like 2-3 in a lot of different polls. So we knew both would be very good football teams. So yeah, we had it in the back of our head. If we drop a couple, we'll just keep working to get better. And really, your goal is to try to play at the end of the year and try to be in postseason play, and then see where you're at. So it's nice to get these two.
Yeah, and next week it does get a little bit easier as these Knights travel to Logan View, Scribner-Snyder for their game on Friday. Jason, Amber, back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Irvin. We're going to wrap things up with the Pierce Blue Jays looking for their first win under new head coach Darren Suckstorf. This game is the first time in nearly 30 years a new coach will put on the headset. And the game starts off in favor of Scottish Shamrocks. Lucas Wemhoff takes it all the way in.
Here's a QB sneak now from Pierce. That doesn't get anywhere, though. Scottish shuts it down. Later on, Pierce looking for a little extra. This time, they're able to punch it on in. They elect to go for it from half the distance. And we'll go to the final score here, 28-20. The Blue Jays win. Tell you what, folks, if you caught one of these footballs tonight, what you need to do is you need to take a picture, send it to us at connect@ktiv.com. And guess what? You guys get to find yourselves up here on the screen alongside us and all the other stars from Siouxland. So once again, catch this football, take a picture with it, send it to us at connect@ktiv. You could find yourself on FanForce next week.
We're the Boynton Hall Rock Valley student section.
And we're in the SportsFource score corner with Nick Reese.
We'll be right back!